Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where it is once again match day for Arsenal. They're coming thick and fast, this time in the Champions League, and it will come hot off the heels of William Saliba's contract being formally announced yesterday, which is excellent news for Arsenal. Arsenal obviously need to and want to build on that win they got in Bilbao on match day week 1 in the Champions League, and against an Olympiacos you'd expect them to do that, particularly at home. The Greeks, by all accounts, will not change their approach. They will stay with their manager's philosophy, and that will be to play in transition, to press high, go direct, and look to play through the lines. If you're interested in hearing more about them, then True Guna had an Olympiacos fan on his channel on Monday. I'll try and put a link in the description for that one, but go check that out if you are interested in hearing more. But that is how the Greeks will play, and their striker El Kaabe will be the main threat from that point of view. With the depth in the squad, it'd be interesting to see how Arteta selects for this one. He'll be mindful of the Greeks looking to play in transition, but looking also to exploit the space that will leave. But he'll also be looking to, see who needs a rest, see who needs the game time. This is a big, deep squad now, and he will need to use them. Ivan Ranieri, for instance, wasn't in the squad at Newcastle at the weekend. He will, presumably be upset about that. Does he bring him in, for instance, or, does his Cafe come in? These sorts of things will need to be considered. Is Odegaard in need of minutes? Is Saka in need of a rest? Maybe Saliba in need of rest. Lots of things going on, lots of decisions. It does make the decision on, or the predicted squad, very, very hard to do. I think the main things here will be what he does with Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka and Urian Timber. I think Timber will get a rest. I think Ben White will come in there. But Saka and Odegaard, it's what do you do about their minutes as well. And the other thing, and I spoke about this yesterday, is Christian Mosquera. He by no means had a bad game against Newcastle bar that mistake, but does he bring him in and start him and show the faith in this game? I think he probably should. I think that would be a really central thing to do with a young defender who's had an excellent start to his career. But as I say, it's a really difficult one for him to do. I think the same for this game though is going to be Ryan in goal. I don't think he brings Kepa in for this one because I think he'll see this as a must-win game. White at right back, as I say, give Timber a rest, Mosquera and Gabriel to start. But interesting, I was talking on Footy Corner last night. He suggested maybe Saliba could start in there. Didn't think so because of the injury, but that would be interesting. But I went for Gabriel, Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back. Zubimendi and Rice, I think Zubimendi is crucial in this one, could be the two, but I think Moreno will come in there alongside Zubimendi and Odegaard at the 8. I had Ranieri on the right, Gyökeres up front and Martinelli on the left, so plenty of changes for the game. I've predicted a 3-1 win for Arsenal. I think an early goal will be crucial, but maybe Arsenal will rest as the game goes on to conserve energy. We'll see.